Welcome to another edition of the Exo News Bulletin podcast, where we present the audio version of bullet points posted on the exonews.org website, summarizing a recent UFO or extraterrestrial-related internet article. I'm Duke Brickhouse, Chief Editor of the Exo News. Today's article is from June 15, 2019, entitled, "Why is the government finally admitting UFOs are real, and why should we pay attention?" It was written by Luis Elizondo and originally posted on the foxnews.com website. For a link to the original article, visit exonews.org. In December 2017, the world was stunned to learn that pilots from the USS Nimitz, while conducting exercises off the coast of California in 2004, had encountered tic-tac-shaped UFOs that were able to perform impossible aerodynamic maneuvers. Navy pilots saw this with their own eyes. It was verified by cockpit gun camera footage, sonar systems from nearby submarines, and the Navy's state-of-the-art Aegis Spy-1 radar system. These incidents were not isolated and continued for at least a decade later, involving other carrier battle groups around the world. Our national security apparatus needs to further understand what these things are and where they are from. Anything that can perform with these characteristics could certainly pose a threat should it choose to do so. Did a foreign adversary just leapfrog ahead of the U.S., or is this something else? The UFO phenomenon remains an ill-defined threat. We have observed some of its capabilities, but we still have no idea of its intent. Recent understanding in quantum physics and next-generation technology may be able to help us address this problem. But our biggest weakness may be the dogma by which we are blinded. While heading up the Pentagon's Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program on UFOs, Luis Elizondo says he learned firsthand that perhaps the greatest threat of all was not from the UFO phenomena, but from ourselves, in our, quote, inability to process data that did not fit neatly within our own paradigms of what constitutes a threat or an ally, which often led to blank stares and uncomfortable silence. Eventually, we were stuck in this never-ending loop of disbelief, stigma, and paralysis by analysis. Even to this day, there are elements within the U.S. government that resist further study of this topic, despite the overwhelming evidence provided by our brave men and women in uniform, which is also backed by our most advanced and reliable sensors and technology. These UFOs far surpass our current understanding of aerodynamics and physics. We seem utterly unprepared to deal with something that is beyond our own technology. But where do you start when every rule you've been taught to live by has been broken?
This has been an Exo News Bulletin with Chief Editor Duke Brickhouse. Visit our website at exonews.org. Subscribe to this podcast. Exo News is sponsored by the Exopolitics Institute, a U.S.-based 501c3 nonprofit educational organization.